Welcome to Family Matters. My name is James.
And my name is Matt. Welcome.
Yep, Matt, you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to jump right into this month's topic.
Let's dive in. It's a big one.
There's a lot of stuff going on
Yeah.
right now, as you know, around finances.
Uh-huh.
A lot of anxiety being felt by families, and I'm feeling like rather than give a whole lot of background, we're just going to jump right into it.
Yeah, I'm nervous just thinking about it. So
Yeah.
let's move into it.
If when I look around me, if you're alive today, to some extent or another, you're being impacted by what's going on financially and around the world.
Absolutely. I mean, I have a range of people in my life who are either looking at foreclosures of homes or looking at how they're going to change their cell phone bill. But at some point, this financial crunch has hit people so hard that they're really thinking twice about how they're spending their money.
Absolutely. And I think, for the purposes of today, there are two things that I really want to make sure that we talk about. Number one is, I think it's important that we talk about how we can have conversations with our kids that are going to kind of bring down the stress in the family, help them understand, what's going on, kind of feel things out a little bit. And then the second thing that's going to be really important is this idea of having a plan.
And I think it's really important for us to make it clear we're not financial advisors.
No.
But our background lends us to some expertise around how to talk to family members about very volatile issues.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really important for us to get a grasp on how people are reacting to this sort of crisis. People are either acting with fear, they're running fast from it and trying to make big sweeping and often impulsive changes around things.
That's right.
Some people are status quo, they're running right along as if nothing's going on at all. And some people have managed to convert this in their family to an opportunity.
That's right. So Matt, I think it's time for us to go ahead and start sharing some ideas with these families about how they can create some healthy communication. I'm sure you'll agree it's pretty easy to get caught up in the media frenzy nowadays.
Very much.
I mean, if you turn the TV on, turn on the radio at all, it's nearly impossible to not get caught up in what's going on. So I think the first thing is when you're looking at coming together for a family meeting, you definitely need to create an environment where you, your children, and your wife are coming into the meeting nice and calm and collected.
Yeah, you could easily walk in and stir the pot by saying things like, because of the collapsing world financial market, we're now going, the idea is not to scare your kids, as you know, or threaten your kids into behavior. What you want to do is send the messages that we're a family, we're aware of what's going on, and here's our financial circumstance.
Yeah. What do you think's next?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, it's how do you start these conversations?
Yeah, you're actually going to call the meeting, sit people down, and one of the first things, as we mentioned before, not create an air of threat, but be able to say that these are our financial circumstances. You can't walk in shrugging your shoulders about what's next. Or what you think. They need to know that you're kind of running the ship.
Yeah, they need some
reassurance.
reassurances.
They do, absolutely.
They need some reassurance. And that reassurance is really going to come in the form of that, in spite of all the changes that are going to be going on in our family, in spite of all the changes that you hear going on around you, everything's going to be okay. So Matt, we just got finished talking about the importance of having these family meetings and things being calm. I think there's another point that can really be helpful, and that is the idea of having, as Dennis Hopper says, you got to have a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're talking about plan, both a family plan and seeing this as an opportunity to teach our kids how they can develop a plan for themselves as well.
One thing that we can do is have a family rule.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this is going to fly with some people, but this is something I do in my house, and that's, if we're going to spend anything over $50, we check in with each other.
Really?
We do. Sometimes we even model it for the kids a little bit. This is a good thing to take in front of the kids. We bought something, and they're going to think, where'd the rule go?
Yeah, that wouldn't work in my family too much. I can tell you what works in ours is that we get together about once a week and just sit down and talk about where we are, the state of our affairs.
So folks can go to myfamilymatters, all one word, .org. myfamilymatters.org. There's some written material on this.
Yeah.
There's some
excerpt from a chapter of our book.
Exactly. And I think it's really important for families not only to be able to, kind of get a sense of the ease of conversations they can have around this, but to have some really specific examples of how to talk to family members around the issue of money and finance.
So with all that said, again, we hope that you appreciate some of the things that we've shared with you. Make sure you go to the website again, myfamilymatters.org, if you want more detailed information. Thank you, Matt, and
thanks for having me.
Look forward to doing this again. Cheers.
Bye, folks.